Gutted. Absolutely gutted. Bottle job in the first half, bottle job in the second half. What a way to lose that FA Cup final today. What a way to lose that game. Absolutely gutted. Hey guys, good evening. Welcome back to the channel, United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Hope everyone so far is having a fantastic Saturday evening. Hope everyone's having a great weekend, and I hope everyone's looking forward to the rest of this day on this glorious Saturday afternoon, what we're all experiencing in the UK. First of all, do a massive favour for me, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. That is United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. Please subscribe to the channel and the community if you're new. And share the video, hit the tweet button, hit the retweet button, and always remember to put that notification bell on at all times to receive dedicated content right from 2023 on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube for more Fortnite content, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, Rocket League, FIFA 23, and much more brand stuff planned for the rest of this year on United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. So please subscribe if you're new. Thank you. Good evening to all you legends. Good evening to all you legendary people. And welcome to the Emirates FA Cup final reaction between Manchester City and Manchester United on this Saturday evening, where it's finished in the 2022-2023 Emirates FA Cup final. Manchester City 2, Manchester United 1. And I'm speechless, I'm gutted, I'm disappointed, I'm quite frankly embarrassed to see the way we played in that final this evening. I thought Man United as a whole were very, very, very poor today. I think question marks now have to be out of that team selection. I think question marks now need to be held over certain players' contracts for next season. And I think the team needs a complete and utter rebuild. I think the way we lost that FA Cup final today it's disappointing, it's frustrating, it's a nightmare situation for Manchester United fans to be in. To see Manchester City win the FA Cup 2-1 down to poor defending, poor goalkeeper defence and a poor attack and a poor midfield that was simply having no answers today, which simply led to the demise of Manchester United this evening, and which denied us a second trophy in season 1 under Erik ten Hag. I think it's disappointing for the players, the supporters, the fans, the squad, the manager, the coaches, Sir Alex Ferguson, David Gill, and to keep putting that camera on that complete clown of an owner as well. It's just completely been a shit evening. An FA Cup final that was winnable after we equalised through Fernandes through the penalty spot, which was a clear and obvious handball by Jack Grealish. I don't know what Jermaine Genius is smoking. I don't know what Jermaine Genius is talking about, but it was a clear and obvious handball to reward Manchester United the penalty. And I honestly thought that would kick Manchester United's ass into gear in that second half. And it simply didn't happen. I thought we were a bottle job in the second half. I think we've bottled another winnable game, another trophy that we should have in our cabinet right now, a trophy that we should have walked away with today. But Manchester City are a force to be reckoned with. Let's give credit to Pep Guardiola, their fans, their supporters, their squad, their team, their coaches, their owners. Manchester City are doing things properly on a weekly basis, where Manchester United are sat back being the clowns and the circus that it is behind the scenes. It was just a very, very disappointing evening. Man United did not get going in that game at all in that first half. To be 1-0 down in 13 seconds due to poor defending and a poor goalkeeper in David De Gea, who basically just stands there and doesn't even attempt to save the Gundogan wonder goal shot. De Gea is rooted to the spot, doesn't even attempt or move to try and save the ball. And it's just gutting. It's a really, really gutting that we find ourselves in the situation where you've got players in that team who are nowhere near up to the task. They knew the task was today to stop Manchester City winning that treble. And I think the job and the care from that United team today was simply nowhere near to be seen. I don't think those players gave any heart. I don't think those players cared about the situation they've put themselves in. And I honestly do not think those players give a fuck about winning a second trophy. I honestly think Man United have bottled another winnable game that we should be walking away with the Emirates FA Cup. And I think it's disappointing from the perspective that we needed to win that trophy today. We needed to win that title and we needed a second trophy in season 1. It's very, very disappointing. that we've missed a huge opportunity to stop Manchester City winning the treble. And it wouldn't surprise me now if it ends up happening. It is so disappointing. We just simply did not get going after we went 1-0 down within 13 seconds. It's a poor defensive clearance of Victor Lindelof. And I do question this fan base why we want Victor Lindelof kept over Harry Maguire when he heads an audacious ball out from the penalty area. It falls to Gundogan. Gundogan is left unmarked and he hits a wonder goal with his right foot straight into the top corner when David De Gea, like I said, is lazy, is arrogant and doesn't even fail to move from his spot. He just rooted there and just stands there and lets the ball go into the back of net. That game plan went completely out the window. As soon as we went 1-0 down, the whole game plan went out the window because Man United players were shocked, dismayed about what they saw inside 13 seconds. That is where this game was won for Man City. Man United did not turn up. The big occasion got to them. The atmosphere of the both sides of Manchester, from the Man City fans and from the Man United fans, simply got to them today. Man United players did not turn up. The big occasion bottled them. And basically, they couldn't stand Man City's attack. That Man City team is on a completely different level to what I've seen in years. The threat of Erling Haaland, the quality of Gundogan, the quality of Jack Grealish, the quality of De Bruyne. Man United simply could not cope today. And I honestly thought as soon as we got that equaliser, Man United would go up a gear. I honestly thought, the confidence would be there, the reaction would be there, the confidence and the heads would be up. But 13 minutes into that second half, Manchester United concede. And the defensive error from David De Gea has to be sold in the summer. I am done with David De Gea's errors. I'm done with his mistakes. I'm done with the costly, stupid, diabolical error of what a goalkeeper in David De Gea we've got. I mean, he needs to be sold in the summer. I think there's no debate over it now that David De Gea needs to be sold in the summer. And if I was Manchester United this evening, I would be getting on the phone to FC Porto and I would be paying the release clause for that Diogo Costa of FC Porto, their goalkeeper, because David De Gea's performance yet again today was absolutely abysmal. How we saw that Gundogan second goal late, his positioning is terrible. He's got himself centred in the middle of the goal and he sees the shot late. He dives too late. But the problem is with that, the ball has already ended up in the back of the net. And that is where Man City retook the lead. That after that, Man United didn't have no answers. There was no attacking threat. The midfield was a joke. The defence was a shambles. And as for like I said to De Gea, I think David De Gea has cost Man United severely today. And it's not just De Gea. It's several players in that team that are continuing to let this side down. And the problem is half this fan base want half these players here next season and want them to be Man United players. I completely and utterly disagree. Fred is atrocious. McTominay is dreadful. De Gea is woeful. Wan-Bissaka is trash. Lindelof is diabolical. Luke Shaw is done. He's absolutely useless. Sancho is an overrated English winger we should have never brought in the first place. To pay 75 million for that pile of crap from Dortmund is an absolute disgrace from the board, from the owners, but by this football club as well. And they keep on making the same mistakes. Man United just simply did not have a response. Soon as they went 2-1 down, there was no energy. There was no attacking threat. There was just simply nothing left in that tank. Man United players down tools. They gave up. They threw in the towel again. And the occasion of knowing they had to win that game today to stop Man City win to the treble, it ain't going to happen now because Man City are now on the verge of winning the treble. They are now on the verge of winning the treble. They are going to repeat what Manchester United did in 1999, the first time it's been done since then in 2023. Man City are now on the verge of history. They are now on the verge of making something happen magically in this career, in this season of football for Manchester City Football Club. And the problem is their standards are higher than Manchester United. They give it all for their manager because the structure, the management, the tactics, the customization. Pep Guardiola compared to Erik ten Hag is completely, utterly night and day. You've got a manager there that gets proper backing by the owners. He's given players he wants. He's got rid of deadwood he doesn't want. And he's also got the quality from his coaches, the quality from his fitness and his health department, but the quality of Pep Guardiola is second to none. What he's done for Man City, he's transformed them into a winning machine, and I'm not surprised they've won the FA Cup today. Man City were the better team. They deserved it in both halves of the football. Man City were the better team. Let's not beat around the bush today. Man United could not cope. They simply could not cope with Man City's style of play. They couldn't cope with the style of football. They simply couldn't deal with Man City's attack. And that is where, for me, it has gone dreadfully wrong today for Man United. We should have won the FA Cup. We should be sat here with an ecstatic moment winning our second trophy of the season. But Man United have utterly embarrassed themselves in a final that they should have won. They could not beat around the bush. They were dreadful today. Those players alone were absolutely abysmal. The only attacking threat we had all game was Garnacho, and Garnacho is our brightest prospect we've got in our future. Garnacho really should be given the number 7 shirt next season. He was Man United's brightest spark in that second half by an absolute mile. You see a player there who's got the talent, the skills and the motivation to take his game up to the next level. But the rest of those players around him should be hanging their heads in shame right now. You've let the fans down. You've let the supporters down. You've let the manager down. You've let down Sir Alex Ferguson, David Gill. You've let down your coaches. You went with a game plan that simply backfired. There was simply nothing left in that tank for Man United. And as for that midfield, which was getting completely and utterly overrun from minute one, I mean, I could not believe how dreadful Christian Eriksen was today. I thought absolutely diabolically crap in that midfield, absolutely costing that team's energy. He looks fatigued, he looks tired, and since he's come back from that injury, Christian Eriksen simply does not look like the player he was when we once got him. I mean, he's one of my favourite players at Man United. I rate him. I think he's a very, very good player. But today, his game was massively exposed by the quality of Gundogan, De Bruyne and Rodri. That Man City midfield were absolutely all over him. They were attacking every ball, fighting for every pass, fighting for every shot, fighting for every ball and loose possession that Eriksen was conceding. And as for Fred as well, I mean, there's some fans and supporters in this fan base that rate Fred. Fred is a dreadful, dreadful footballer. 50 million we paid Shakhtar Donetsk for Fred, who Shakhtar Donetsk went to the bank and basically laughed all the way there to the bank and back because they thought Fred was nowhere near that value of what Man United thought he was worth. Absolutely diabolically shit in that second half, Fred. He is going to cost Man United, and he's shown it again today. His midfield performance alone, Timmy Turner from Very Odd Parents could do a better job in that midfield for Man United today than Fred. Absolutely diabolical from minute one. Why we are playing 4 midfielders with 3 in the midfield, 3 and 1 on the right wing. And I simply do not think that is working. And it completely showed again today. That system of having a midfielder on the right wing with 3 other midfielders in that midfield role today, that game plan is not working and we're still deploying it. What on earth were we thinking by doing that today? What was the tactics? What was the formation? What was the plan as a whole to try and win that game today? Because I saw nothing from that team all day. In the first half, Man City, it was like they turned it into a pack of great white sharks and they are seeing a dolphin in the middle of the ocean, and the sharks are swarming around the dolphin, and the dolphin is basically screwed in the middle thinking, how the hell am I going to get out of this? It was so diabolical for Manchester United today. Those players did not show any care by trying to stop Man City today. There was no care, there was no attention, there was simply nothing left in that team today. They are going to use that they're tired, they'll use that they're fatigued, they'll use that they're knackered, they'll use that they're being overused and overworked. They can use as many excuses as they want today. That Man United team did not show 110% effort today. I didn't even see 10% in that performance as a whole from that Man United team. It was utterly pathetic. It was boring. It was dreadful. There was simply nothing in that team today to get you off your seat. In the first half, like I said, Man City was swarming all over us. We couldn't break up the Man City attack. And to be 1-0 down, like I said, within 13 seconds, the whole game plan had to go out the window because Man United players did not expect to concede that early on. But maybe if we had a better centre-back partnership instead of using useless Victor Lindelof, maybe if he wouldn't have headed the ball diabolically out straight to Gundogan, and Gundogan, who's left unmarked with no one around him, just to get a free shot on goal, and basically De Gea's just standing there. I can't be bothered to say this. I can't be bothered to try and make an attempt to save this goal. I know it's going in. I didn't expect it to go in straight away, but I kind of knew it might have happened. David De Gea, it's like he's got super glue under his boots on his feet to make him move to save that Gundogan shot. I could have saved that. My goalkeeper on my FIFA career mode could have saved that attempt. There was just nothing, urgency, tactics. There was simply nothing that excites you about Man United that game today. We should have won the FA Cup. The fans and supporters sang their fucking hearts out at Wembley. And I'm gutted for all of you. I'm absolutely devastated the way those players turned up and performed for you today. I'm devastated to see how they down-tooled, how they gave up, how they threw in the towel. There was no urgency. There was no backup plan. There was no get-going from that second goal from Man City. Man United didn't even try to win that game, and that's what really disappoints me. There was nothing left in the tank as soon as the second goal went in, and that is what frustrates me the most about that performance as a whole today. There was no attacking threat in either half of that game. There was no threat on goal. And I keep on saying this about Man United. You look at that midfield, you look at that attack, you look at that defence, and you look at the goalkeeping situation. That team, people think is good enough to challenge for a title. People think that team is good enough to win trophies consecutively every bloody season. It's not. We are nowhere near ready to keep winning trophies under this manager that is being let down by clueless muppets and owners who don't give a fuck about this club, who are sat there showing no emotion. It basically shows how much they don't give a fuck about the fans, the supporters, the club, the situation behind the scenes. They need to sell this club and fuck off home, because that performance today sums up how bad those Glazers have been for 18 fucking years. You're now seeing it on the pitch every fucking game for Man United this season. Not one game, not two game. Every game that United have played this season, you have seen the Glazers' negative impact on that pitch. Every minute, every ball, every shot, every corner, you see everything breaking down so quickly by the Glazers, who are running this club dry to the bare bone because they don't give a fuck about where this club is heading. If they appoint Sir Jim Ratcliffe as the new owner of this club and they stay, all I'm going to say is fans and supporters of this great club who have stood by them through thick and thin, through every bad and good moment, fans should walk away. Fans should say, we are done. We are not supporting the club. We're not going to stand by them no longer, because this situation will get worse if Sir Jim Ratcliffe comes and buys the club. He's buying the club on debt. He's having to take a loan out just to buy the football club. There'll be no new stadium, no refurbishment of the training complex. There'll be nothing that is going to get this club off its seats next season by the incompetence of a Glazer snake 2.0 who's going to come in and keep Avram and Joel Glazer with him, the three snakes, the three stooges in with him next season. And people think Sir Jim Ratcliffe is the man to take this club back to where it should be. No, it isn't. The problem with Sir Jim Ratcliffe is he has got no intentions of rebuilding that team. He's got no intention of spending money where it needs to be spent in several departments, not just in the facilities, but the squad, the women's team, the training facilities. Oh, we need a brand new state-of-the-art stadium. We need fucking loads of money spent on every sector affecting Manchester United Football Club. And the problem is with that, There is no plan. There is no behind. And apparently they PR'd it last night. All these statements came out and said, if Sir Jim Ratcliffe comes in, he wants to keep the Glazers on board. Fuck that. No thanks. I do not want that scenario happen where we've got him and those useless clowns doing this bobbed job behind the scenes. We cannot cope with this next season going with a manager like Erik ten Hag who actually cares about the fans and the supporters, who cares about this team, its history, who wants to get Man United back to the top. There is no plan if we do not back this manager next season. I am telling you, I've seen this all before with Manchester United. We are given Van Gaal, Mourinho, Solskjaer and Rangnick the same years as what we've given Ten Hag to get this team back to where it was been. And what has happened with all those managers of before, it is ended in tears because we've got owners and clowns that run this club dry because they don't care about the situation the club is going in. They don't give a shit about the direction. They don't give a shit about anyone except themselves because they think they know best. They think they're God's gift. They think they're legendary. They think they're gods. They honestly think they are best for the club. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. It's not. We've got players here that shouldn't even be at the club. We've got owners who shouldn't be at the club. If the Qataris really care about the club and they want to rebuild it, just go and give the Glazers what they want. If they want 6 billion, just go and give them the 6 billion, what they want. If they want that type of money, not yet. If they want that type of money to sell the club, go and give Joe and Avram Glazer that 6 billion they want so the Qataris take over and buy the club. Just give in to their demands and give them what they want, because this is the only way this club will get back to the top is if we spend fuckloads on the team, fuckloads on the squad, we remove half this deadwood out the team and remove half this crap players we've got in that lineup, because I tell you what, they are halfly responsible for this mess that FA Cup final was for Manchester United today. It was a joke from minute go. There was nothing, no urgency, no plan, no attacking threat. There was nothing left in that team's tank to go again today. And they're going to be right, well, the season's ended. At least we've won the trophy. At least we've won the Carabao Cup. I could win the Mickey Mouse Cup in my fucking sleep. It's not hard. But today you had an opportunity to show to the world, this planet, this globe, to all the rivals around you, like a circle, they're all around you. You could show to them you are back as a club. Everything's going to be better. There's going to be great change next season. I am telling you, history is going to repeat itself next season. We are going to see the same mistakes, the same errors. We are going to see the same crap, the same excuses behind the scenes from Manchester United to get away with another crap summer transfer window where there's no plan, no ideas of who we're going to buy, no idea of players who we're going to sell. There is nothing left in that team to get you up and excited about what the future is going to look like under owners we don't even know who are going to be. We have no clue what's happening. We are being told there's no plan or no emergency to make a statement on who the new owners are going to be. How long is this going to take? Because if we go with that team that let us all down again today next season, Man United will be exposed, will be found out very quickly on the pitch, and results like this season will happen next season and will be in the same mess as what we found ourselves at the start of this season when we got hammered by Brentford, embarrassed by Brighton, and we were shown up being bottom of the league on 0 points with a goal difference of -5. Do we want that at the start of next season with the Glazers in charge? No, we don't. But those players today, if you look at that starting lineup, where was the threat all game? Where was that threat all game today to go and win that trophy, to go and win the FA Cup? Where were the answers today from any of those players? They were hiding in themselves. They buried their heads into the sands. They're like an ostrich. They bury their head in the sand because they don't know how to react to Manchester City's game plan, their tactics, their threat on goal, their players in the midfield. I tell you what, if you look to that Man United lineup today and you look to that Man City lineup, I guarantee you none of those Man United players would be getting in that Man City team. None of them would deserve a place in that Man City team. None of them are good enough to even play for Man City. But the problem is, Man City are setting the standards. They are getting closer and closer away from everyone else around them because they spend money. They give Pep the players he wants to sign. They get rid of the players Pep Guardiola no longer wants. At Man United, it's options D, H, E, and G. It should be first choice targets, your number one priority. Go and get the players we want. Because I'm telling you today, that team goes next season, we're in big trouble. I'm sorry to beat around the bush, but this is an embarrassing FA Cup final result. We should not have lost that game 2-1. We should have gone and found that equaliser in that second half to win that game. We should have found something in response to Man City's second goal, but we didn't. There was no urgency from that Man United players to lift their heads up off the ground. There was nothing left as a whole to convince us that Man United were going to find a way back into that game. I'm sorry, the truth hurts, but I would rather be truthful and honest about the situation we are facing today after that final defeat, which I'm infuriating about. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm not crying. I'm not showing my emotion, but I'm showing it through passion because I care about where this club's heading. You should not have lost the FA Cup, United. It's embarrassing to keep losing out to your bloody rivals over and over and over again. It's like the circle of life is repeating itself. We go over the same situation time and time again to try and rebuild, to try and get back to where we want to be. There's nothing left. There is nothing left from that team to convince you these are the right players to go with next season. I'm sorry. These players are bottle jobs. Victor Lindelof needs to be sold. So does Wan-Bissaka, David De Gea, Luke Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Weghorst, Sancho, Elanga, Pellistri, Zidane Iqbal, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho. I'm sorry, but where was that threat from that front three today? Marcus Rashford has not scored in his last 2 games. And I know he has scored 30 goals this season, but where was Marcus Rashford's goal threat today? Simply was outdone by Akanji and John Stones and Ruben Diaz and Kyle Walker. Jadon Sancho, an ex-Man City reject that was let go to Dortmund. We bring him back from Germany, from Dortmund, 2 years ago to make him a Man United player finally, when we should have brought him when this first summer we wanted him as a player. What has happened to Jadon Sancho? Is it confidence? Is it morale? I don't know where this Man United players are hiding today, but they simply didn't show up. They showed that they didn't want to win that FA Cup. They didn't know what was on the line today. They knew Man City could potentially make history. And that could happen now next weekend. And do you know what? I probably think it will. I honestly do now think that Man City will win the treble next week. They'll beat Inter Milan in that Champions League final, and we are going to be in their shadow next season. Our history now from 1999 is now going to be wiped out because Man City are going to do it. Our history has been completely derailed by clowns and owners that run this club so fucking badly. And it infuriates me that we are going through this season after season, year after year with Man United, when you see there is just no plan to fix this club properly. What's the plan? What's the structure? Where is the urgency to get this club back? Because fans think we can win the league next season. Not a blimmin' chance. I'm sorry. No, we're not going to win the league next season. We'll be lucky if we even get top 4. playing like that the way we did today. And I tell you what, maybe qualifying for the UEFA Champions League next season was a bloody mistake. Because I'm telling you what, am I confident we can perform next season in the Champions League playing like that today? No, I would not feel comfortable going up against a Bayern Munich or Borussia Dortmund, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Napoli. I would not feel any confidence that things against performances like those great European giants, I don't see Man United doing it. I'm sorry. I think Man United are going to get ripped apart. I honestly think we are going to get torn apart and we will be exposed next season to our failure on and off the pitch because we are so bloody incompetent. We are so naive. We do not do things properly. The running of this club is a disgrace. And we wonder why we are so fucking shit. It's because teams like Man City just improve year after year. Man United's like, well, we've got to be careful of financial fair play. It's a load of bollocks. We do not need to be careful of financial fair play. We do not need to be careful about what we spend. There is no worry behind the scenes about spending money. I've been told we've got 500 million euros to spend in the summer. I've been told this by several outlets who I get information from. There is no worry of financial fair play. They don't need to sell to buy. We've got the money to be able to spend next season to go again and try and win trophies and try and get an elite title race. Well, I'll tell you what, the only way that's happening if the Qataris slap that 6 billion down in front of the Glazers. That's the only way this will happen at Manchester United Football Club. That is the only way it will go. That's the only rescue plan we've got. And you're going to have to hope the Qataris go back in with another bid. Please not put ourselves in this Jim Ratcliffe era. Let's not make that happen. Because I tell you what, if that happens, God help us all. Because that fan base are going to get destroyed and we're going to be so down and out next season. We won't be able to compete again. And X-Frowdy XD says in the chat, Man City are making football boring. They're just good. They are just too good for anyone else, and it's becoming unfair. All these owners need to back their clubs because if they don't, Man City will keep on winning trophies and titles. Exactly. Hits the nail on the head. Absolutely agree. I couldn't agree more. Banging on to the point. Man City are running this joint. They are running away with trophy after trophy. And if they win that treble, I'm going to be hiding away from a while because I will not be able to stand Man City winning that treble next season. I will not be able to sit there and watch Man City lift that Champions League title, which is probably now going to happen because I cannot find an outcome of Inter Milan beating them in that Champions League final next weekend. Not a chance. I'm sorry, but I think we need to get real. Man City are the new force in football. And it hurts to say it, but I'm being honest. I'm being truthful. I'm being quite fruitful about how I feel about how we lost that game today. And if you look at that bench as well, where was the resources off that bench? Where was the attacking quality? Where was the players to be able to bring on and turn the sinking ship around for United today? Where was the comeback? Where was the plan? Where was the attacking resources? The only decent player we had on that bench today to offer an attacking threat was Garnacho. And he was probably, like I said, our brightest player in that second half. And we brought him on way too late. I couldn't justify why he was even on the bench today. Garnacho really should have been starting against a quality team like Man City, who their back four are aging. Their back four are still vulnerable. They still concede goals. But if we had Garnacho on, he might have been able to target Man City's backup goalkeeper. I mean, that's embarrassing as well. Man City's backup goalkeeper is in goal for the final and he wins them a trophy. I mean, it says a lot about Man United as a whole that we've got players here that are hiding away from their true ambition and their true quality because they don't want to overreach their level because they don't want their level being put on a pedestal. So likes of Man City, we're not even on Man City's level. We are on form with a Newcastle level. That is how badly I think we are. I think we are lucky to have had top four. I think we're lucky to be back in the Champions League. I'm not beating around the bush today. We should have won that trophy. We should be sat here winning that FA Cup. And you look at the players we had out today. Antony Martial is out injured for this FA Cup final today due to a hamstring injury he picked up against Fulham. And according to Samuel Luckhurst, the blue tick PR guru for the Glazers on Twitter, Man United might not be able to sell Martial because of his injury record. He might have to stay again next season. I'm sorry, no. We are not keeping Anthony Martial at Man United next season. Do not let that fucking happen. No chance I'm letting Martial be in a Man United shirt next season. Not a chance. I am not seeing the same pile of dog shit perform in a Man United shirt next season. I am not having deadwood fringe players that are consistently injured, who can't keep themselves fit, who can't keep themselves healthy, and can't keep away from injury, right? I don't want them in a United shirt. They need to be sold or terminate the contracts, rip their contracts up and get rid of them. Put them on the rubbish tip, because that is where Martial belongs next season. Nowhere near a Man United shirt. I'm sorry, we cannot afford to keep deadwood like that. Not a blimmin' chance. And ex-Rowdy XD has said again, we will all know that City have already won the league again next season, and they are just going to improve their team even more next season. All these clubs don't stand a chance. Exactly. Bang on again. Every club around Man City does not stand a heck of a chance next season. I'm dreading what's going to happen to all three of the promoted teams. Could you imagine what Man City are going to do to Luton and Burnley and Sheffield United and Bournemouth and Nottingham Forest? We have to be shit scared of what Man City do next season, because Bellingham's deal to Real Madrid still ain't done. Messi's leaving PSG on a free transfer. It wouldn't surprise me if Man City end up buying Bellingham and signing Messi on a free. If that was to happen, and that's Man City's team next season, I'm sorry, the Premier League has already been won, because Man City's quality goes from there, up to the ceiling of my bedroom roof. That is how bad it could get if we do not stop the dominance of Man City. But we didn't. We did not do that today. Man United have dealt themselves a huge, huge blow today by not winning that game. And I think the quality, if we had an Antony available, a Donny van der Beek, the Sandro Martinez, Marcel Sabitzer, I honestly think that game would have been a hell of a lot different if we would have had all four of them available. I think without the Sandro Martinez, Antony, who have probably been Man United's two best players all summer, along Casemiro and Fernandes and Marcus Rashford, this game might have ended differently. The defensive quality is simply not there in that back four, and we need to hit the nail on the head here. We need change in the summer. We need to move on Lindelof and Maguire. We do not need Lindelof here next season in a United shirt. We have to start being ruthless, and we have to start buying players now. I don't care if this transfer window is not open yet. We have got to go and buy players now. Fuck waiting for the transfer window to happen. We need to start making moves in the transfer market now. We need to remove half this deadwood, put half this team up for sale, and we need a rebuild. Bring in, in my opinion, I've been saying this for weeks. You look at that team today and you look at the lack of quality on that bench, and you look at the lack of quality also in that starting lineup. People may think I'm stupid. They may think I'm overreacting. People may think he's reaching above his level. I honestly think we need 16 new players. I honestly do think we need to do what Chelsea and Nottingham Forest did in one transfer window. We need to go and buy two sets of brand new teams. That is what it's going to take. Honestly, if Man United have got the money to do it, just go and do it and bring the money in and bring the players in. We need 60 new players to bring this around today, because like I said with this team, if we go with De Gea next season and Lindelof and Maguire, Luke Shaw, Dalot, Wan-Bissaka, McTominay, Fred, Alanga, Brandon Williams, Palestri, Zidane Iqbal, Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho, Fernandes, Eriksen, Casemiro, and Alanga, Weghorst, I honestly do not know where next season's going to go. I honestly don't, because half that bench today, the only bench option I would have been keeping off that bench today, and I wouldn't sell him, would be Garnacho. And thank God he's been given a new contract, because if Man United would have let him go and he would have let him walk out the door for nothing, I don't honestly think we would have had an attacking threat at all next season off the bench. But Garnacho, Like I said, I think he needs to be given a number 7 shirt because he's the best player we've got available. Sancho, I honestly think time's up. I think answers have now been answered on a postcard today. Sancho needs to be removed from the club. And it's not just Sancho, it's those players are awful today. There's no beating around the bush. The job it's going to take to turn this around. We are going to be down. The confidence and the heads are going to be down after losing that game. Let's not beat around the bush. Those players are going to be hurting. It's going to be sore, and it's going to be sore over the next few days because you've blown a huge opportunity for United. And I'm not surprised United have done this because we shoot ourselves in the foot all the fucking time. We do this to ourselves just to make us become even more laughable than what we already are. We are just a joke. We are an incompetent football club that is run by fucking muppets. And I'm not being disrespectful. We are run by complete utter clowns. I would rather have Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog as our owners at Man United Football Club doing the job properly, which they probably could do. Because the Glazers have got no clue about football. They don't care about the fans or supporters. They're letting this club bleed dry. They don't give a shit about the manager, the players, or the squad. All they care about is their money in their back pockets. And I tell you what, that useless piece of work on that camera today in Avram Glazer, fucking do one. Sell the football club and fuck off home back to America. Take Joel with you because I'm sick of you Glazers, the 6 of you snakes. You're all snakes. All your family are, all your friends are. Take them with you and fuck off. Go back to America, sell the club and fucking do one. Because you 6 clowns, snakes, weeds, mercenaries are the problem. You 6 useless clowns behind the scenes are the problem. And if you're not afraid to walk away, I'll make you walk away. Because I tell you what, accept the Qataris' bid and fuck off home. Because we are done with your ownership. We are done of how you run this club. You are destroying Manchester United Football Club. You are destroying us. It's not right. It's not acceptable. And you should be hanging your heads in shame for what you've done for the last 18 fucking years. You have ran this club dry and you have bled the club for every penny you've taken. You should be taken to court. You should be taken to... You lot belong in prison. That is how bad I think you lot are. You lot deserve the ultimate penalty of robbing a football club of its greatness, what it could be. You lot are a disgrace. Your owners are a disgrace. The board members are a joke. You're all in it for the one thing, and that is the money in your back pocket. You should be ashamed for what you've done. You are a disgrace to this world. You're a disgrace to this planet. You're a disgrace to everybody connected with this great football club. You have ripped the heart and soul right from beneath from Manchester United because of you, and you've got no mercy to give us any apology for the ownership that you've ran for 18 years pathetically, and that is why single-handedly Ten Hag's season was thrown to the wolves since that January transfer window. Because when he wanted Gakpo, João Felix, where were the players then? Where were they? Where were they? The season was thrown away in January because of a clueless board like that. And it's only going to get worse if they stay. It will only get worse if the 6 Glazers stay. And I'm telling you, accept the Qataris' bid and go. Don't you dare stay and mug us all off for the whole summer that you've done it since you announced you are selling the club. Don't mug us off. Don't piss us off even more because we're all angry and frustrated today. But the pinpoint of the finger goes towards those clueless owners. Putting the camera on Avram Glazer every 2 minutes, it made me want to throw up. It made me want to heave. Looking at that big, ugly fuck. Honestly, I cannot stand him on that camera. Get out our football club and do the right thing. Give the club back to the fans and give it back to the supporters because we make that club for what it is today. Without us, that club wouldn't be anywhere near where it should be. They are the problem. They are the snakes. They are the grasses behind the scenes. They are destroying this club. And if they've got any morale or any mercy in them, do the right thing. It's a warning to the Glazers. If you want riots in the summer and you want Old Trafford breaking into and you want stadium destroyed and you want fans to protest now, I would do the right thing and I would make a quick and hurried decision about what you want to do because us fans and supporters are not going to sit back and let you do this any longer. We've had enough. 18 years of bad ownership and you're doing this and you're dragging the fan base and the supporters along all fucking to June because you don't want to sell. If you don't sell and you stay, the riots you're going to see are going to be never before. And I encourage Man United fans, supporters and groups to do it. Go and get your club back. I'm with you in spirit. I am right behind every Glazer out movement now because we have blown a huge opportunity to win a trophy under Ten Hag that we wanted to win. We wanted to win badly today and we didn't do enough to win it. We didn't deserve to win it. We gave up. And that is because if you look at that team and you look at the bench, where's the fucking quality? Where are the players that are going to answer the problems in the team? There ain't any answers. We are literally blind to our own mistakes. We are so blind that Postman Pat could probably have ran this club better with his bloody cat, not more than what Avram and Joel Glazer have done in 18 fucking years. And people wonder why I moan about how bad the club is run. All you got to do is look at them ugly fucks and realise where we've gone wrong. They should have never, ever been allowed to run this football club. They are an absolute disgrace to mankind. They're a disgrace to this world and a disgrace to this football club. How dare you do this to what you've done? We could have won that FA Cup if you would have given the manager the players he wanted in January. If you would have given the players he wanted in the summer, we might not be in this mess we are today. We are now letting history repeat itself. It's just like when Harry Potter found out in the second fucking Harry Potter film that the Chamber of Secrets had been reopened for the second time in its history. It's been opened again. And they realised everyone in the castle, in Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw and Gryffindor, all the teachers, all the staff, all the students were basically fucked because Lord Voldemort wanted revenge. That is how badly this fan base and supporters want revenge against the Glazers. We are sick to death of them doing this. We could have won a second trophy in season 1. We have overachieved. We have massively overachieved what we thought we were going to do. But the fans and supporters, like I said today, are the ones that make this club great for what it is. I love all of you. You're all legends. You're all legendary. You is what make this football club what it is today. You should all stand proud of the support, the dedication, the love and the passion that you have shown to this club all fucking season. Every home game, every away game in the Premier League, Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. You should all be so, so proud of yourself today. And I'm giving you my man of the match award because you did more in 90 minutes than what that Man United team did in that entire game. You showed more passion, more heart, more desire than any of those Man United players did in that whole match today. In that whole 90 minutes, those players did not perform for you. They realised the occasion and the job at hand was too big for them to realise and fix, and they knew they couldn't answer your prayers today. And we all needed a prayer today. I think we all woke up this morning knowing it was going to take miracles for Man United to win that FA Cup. And push comes to shove, those prayers weren't enough. We didn't win. But I honestly thought as soon as we won that got that equaliser, I thought Man United would have kicked on in that second half, but Man City just came out. And I think both goals are single-handedly down to De Gea, down to that defence, down to that midfield. I think everyone let that team down today. All the bench, all the players that started the game. I'm not pinpointing Erik Ten Hag. He is not the one to blame. And I can see loads of people on Twitter getting up saying, oh, Ten Hag's to blame. Ten Hag is the one to blame for that result today. He's cost Man United that FA Cup. We should have won our second trophy. What's he meant to do with a bench with no quality? What's he meant to do with players that are fatigued and apparently knackered and tired when they're getting their excuses out of the locker again, hiding away their excuses because they couldn't do enough for the team? I'm sorry, but I'm gutted. I'm massively frustrated, and I'm gutted for everyone connected with Manchester United. You've got my sympathy. You've got my thoughts right now that we've been let down today. And it's a disappointment. We've lost the FA Cup final 2-1 to Man City. Let's not beat around the bush. Congratulations to Man City. Congratulations to their players, their squad, Pep Guardiola, their coaches, their staff. Congratulations to the fans, the supporters, because you deserve it today. You completely outshone a Man United team and you put down your marker for next season, that you are the team still to beat. And you're probably going to win it again next season. And then a year after that, and then the year after that. You're going to keep on doing what you're doing now because Man City are the new team in Manchester. Manchester's blue, and it hurts to say it. Manchester is no longer red, and it hurts. It really hurts, but we can't do anything about it. We really can't. It's just disappointing from a fan point of view that we've lost today. I'm gutted and I'm upset, but I'm not going to cry and get my tissues out. It's just disappointing we've lost the game, but that's down to those players. That's down to the squad. They knew they're responsible for what's happened today. So, and that obviously, like I said, brings our season to a close. I mean, I thank you all for all the support you've shown me right out through this 2022-2023 season with Man United Football Club. The love and support you all show me is amazing. I can't thank you all enough. The gratitude is from the heart. You're all amazing people. You're an amazing channel. You're an amazing community. You're an amazing bunch of people. You're all legends. You're all legendary. The support and the love and the help, the advice, the tips you all give me it means a lot to me that, times can be tough, times can be up, down like a bloody roller coaster, but the support you've shown me this season has been simply, utterly immense. And like I said, it means a lot. You're an amazing bunch of people and you should all dream, achieve and believe in yourself because you're an amazing community. You're an amazing bunch of people and you all belong part of this. And I'm glad you're all here with me and I'm glad I'm there with all of you guys as well. So hopefully we go again next season. And like I said, we will be live right throughout the transfer window regarding any players in, any players out of Man United. This defeat's going to hurt. Of course, it's going to hurt. It's going to feel dreadful for the next few hours. But like I said, go and enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Don't let Manchester United's result let you down. Don't let them ruin the rest of your weekend because if you look at the glorious weather out in the UK, go and enjoy yourself. Go spend time with friends, family. Try and take your mind off this defeat because I know I'm going to. I'm going to go and play some Rocket League live later. We're going to do some more Hogwarts Legacy, FIFA Career Mode. We've got loads more stuff planned for the rest of this year. Everything's now live stream. And like I said, we've got the transfer window to come. And hopefully we are going to see the 60 new players I think it's going to take for Man United to win next season. People think that's unrealistic. And people say Man United can't spend 500 to 600 million. Well, that thing is they're going to have to because I'm not going to hide away from their excuses in the summer if it's a bad transfer window. So Man United better know what to get on with and how to do it properly. Otherwise, the fans are just going to riot and I'm going to sit there and applaud them if they do it. So go and enjoy your Saturday evening. Remember to hit the like button, the share button. Please keep subscribing to the channel United Red Devils 20 on YouTube if you're new. Share the video, hit the tweet button, hit that retweet button. Remember to put that notification bell on as well to receive dedicated brand new content planned for the rest of 2023 on the United Red Devils 20 on YouTube. We've got more Rocket League, Fortnite, FIFA Career Mode, EA Sports FC. We'll be doing a new F1 game as soon as that comes out as well. The new Disney Speedstorm game. We've got more Football Manager, Hogwarts Legacy, Kingdom Hearts 4, Fortnite. And yeah, go and check out my other socials. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Twitter as well. So go and give me a follow on both of them, which will then both lead you to the channels. Both links are in there for TikTok and Twitter. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. Stay safe, be nice, be kind to each other. But yeah, Manchester City have won the 2022-2023 Emirates FA Cup. Gutting for United, but I'm not surprised. But, it's Man United for you. It's kind of what you expect supporting a club like this. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. You're all amazing. You're all legends. Thanks for watching.